Good morning, this is Passion Influence Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another session of our discussions that we have daily. And today is being a Saturday. We are doing the review of the last week. Yesterday, I was talking to someone who told me, a close friend of mine, who told me that, Sam, you've been sending people wrong message. I said, what do you mean I've been sending people wrong message? He said, you have been telling people it is easy. I said, yes, that's what I read from books, that once you are on the road, it's easy, just keep on day by day. He told me, no, that is the wrong message. Go and tell them this. Tell them it's hard. I was shocked and said, hey, brother, when you tell me to tell people that it's hard, very few people will respond to that. Everybody will be discouraged along the road. He said, yes, let them be discouraged. Let them be discouraged, because what happens is that out of 10 people you tell it is hard, 2 are going to be discouraged. Yes, like presented on other discussions, who moved my cheese. The man and the dwarf turned back, said it is not fair, and they simply turned back and didn't look for the new cheese again. But the young mice wore jogging shoes. They prepared themselves for a new race. They knew that it's not going to be easy to find new cheese, but it has to be found anyway. So that is what happens to us in life. That's what happens to everybody. When you tell somebody it's easy, they let down the guard. They sleep late. They sleep late. They rise up late. They do things lazily, knowing that it's a right to get it. And probably that is not the exact truth. The exact truth is that it requires human effort to have results. It requires human effort to have those wonderful results. And so when you tell people it's hard, 2% of them or 10% of them will pull back and say, if it's hard, I'm not going anywhere. But the goodness is that out of the 90%, 90% will start running. And out of 90%, 50% of the 90%, which is 45, will start running, will start preparing themselves daily, will start doing practices, will start sleeping late, burning midnight lamp, looking for alternatives. And when it gets to morning, they will be ahead. The sample group to whom you have expressed the word it is hard will be much further ahead than the sample group. If you told the whole crowd and told them it's easy, yes, you're going to run along with the whole crowd. But the simple question is, you'll run with them to where? Or you'll run with people who are not committed to concluding the race. So around again 90% of them will fall off the road. You will run with people who have not done practice, who have not perfected their horn, who have not, like Stephen Covey would say, have not sharpened the saw. The concept of the saw. Stephen Covey talks about a narration of someone who was cutting trees, big trees in the forest. And as he was cutting, a friend of his was noting one thing, that the saw was blunt, and he would hit it and hit it and hit it on the tree, and it was not working very well. And the friend told him, why don't you take time and sharpen the saw? And say, I don't have time. I want to finish this work. Your guess is as good as mine. Was he finishing the work on time? Maybe not. Maybe even at the end of it, he didn't cut a single tree, because the saw was blunt. And he simply didn't want to go and sharpen it, thinking that by letting go the continuous hittings, because he was told hit frequently until it breaks. By letting go of the act of hitting, he thought that this one was a setback. But there are moments when sometimes you have to pull back in order to reorganize yourself. There are moments when you have to pull back in order to review the strategy. Spend time to review strategy, always, every morning, and God gives us a very interesting sample which we sometimes ignore. We are given 24 hours. We are given almost 8 hours of good sleep time. And I know I've traveled over the world. I've gone to Scandinavian countries where sleep hours only is something to do with the sun sets for, at the worst period I remember, the sun sets for around 4 hours. Disappears for 4 hours, and again a new day starts. It's really not a new day. People appreciate that. But still, human cycle is such that you appreciate the fact that we have 24 hours, and so 12 hours should be sleeping hours, 12 hours should be waking up hours. Even in those countries, in Scandinavian countries and countries close to the North Pole and to the South Pole, where that phenomenon takes place, even in those countries, people still appreciate the fact that though it's light, the sun has just refused to go down for whatever reasons, but still the cycle of the day is over, and so this is now the period for rest. We have regions like in the coastal region where in the afternoons people are used to the old siesta living. That's after lunch, have a good lunch. After lunch, because Mombasa is somehow fairly hot. After lunch, immediately after lunch, have a nap for 1 hour before you go catch up with the business. And it's very normal to them. But by and large, people divide the normal day into two parts: the day hour and the light hour. The day hour being the time when they are awake, the night hour being the time when they should be asleep. During that time, it gives you time to recharge. During that time, it gives the time for your subconscious to relate, to transfer with and converse with the universal intelligence. Because that depends, and that is why you normally say prior to that, have a conversation with yourself. Prior to that, have a conversation with yourself in that through the act of suggestion, through the act of meditation, through any other form, through under which you might stand and communicate with your subconscious mind. And some people do it by trying to communicate with the finite, but in an environment where the subconscious listens. How? Through prayer. So if that is the method that you have chosen, through prayer, what happens is that when you are praying, you concentrate your mind, you enter into that meditative state. You are communicating with the infinite, but more important at that time, because you have set the conditions ready, and the act of setting conditions ready is normal. It's normal because that is where you find majority of people who are real beneficiaries of that system, the people who are saved. They don't take alcohol, they are not inebriated, they are in a balanced mental state, they are calm, and by calm you allow the alpha waves going downwards. It's alpha, theta, and delta. Quietly start taking over, and as alpha, theta, and delta takes over, remember you are allowing subconscious mind to come up. Just like when beta and gamma are taking over, you are allowing the conscious mind to take root, to take position, and the subconscious mind to move to the background. So the opportunity to converse with our inner self can be had in several ways, but periodically we must take time to review, because that's the moment to reflect what you have in stock. And as you reflect on issues, it gives you a chance to converse yourself. It also gives you a chance to enhance your skills, to sharpen the soul. Because remember, a soul which is sharpened will cut the tree faster, very much faster than a soul which is blunt. It is great to keep on working. It's great to keep on persisting. But the key word is also today's lesson is how frequently do you sharpen the soul? Note it somewhere because it's an important point of discussion. As of course, I know our anxiety was on the day one. We started with long discussion. We started with, and it was good that we were starting with long discussion, because we were saying if you don't know anything, there's no need to sit back and reflect. If this was your first day in school, you cannot say today let me sit back and quietly study to review what I've learned, because in the truth sense, you have learned nothing. You've learned nothing. This is the time when you're starting to get it grasp on what is supposed to be studied. This is the time when you're starting to get the basis of the syllabus and appreciate the syllabus and appreciate the teachers, how that syllabus is delivered. And all of us who went through the schooling process, you knew that understanding how to tackle exams is even more important than running to the class on a daily basis. We are relooking at how to control the delivery of the message. We are looking at how to improve on our discussions and how to deliver it better. And we are saying the new technique is to sharpen the soul. The new technique is to equip the first soldier. Because if the first soldier goes with missiles in his hands, goes with the modern weapons, with the modern guns, with silencers, with Smith and Wesson, with pistols and good guns which are effective, that person is much more effective than an earlier friend who went to the battlefield with armed with a crude weapon like a blunt object. Yes, he rushed to the to the battlefield, and he didn't waste a little time. Any time you called him, come to the battlefield, and within 1 second he was there with a blunt object in his hand. What chance does he have when the thief has 100 men in his hand? But if he took time and reorganized himself and replanned himself and organized a platoon, the first one carrying grenades, the second one's pushing missiles, the third one's surface-to-air missile, the fourth one, so that he is so prepared that when he gets his army on the ground, then it can uproot any local army. Such a person becomes formidable. Such a person is what Bruce Lee reflects upon when he says his standard famous statement. And what was the statement, that standard famous statement which Bruce Lee said? I do not fear the man who will punch me 1,000 punches. I fear the person who will practice a unique hit 1,000 times and deliver it. Because when he delivers it, then he shall have developed the precision, he shall have developed the practice, he shall have developed the experience, he shall have developed the expertise, that when he delivers it, it's a killer punch. Otherwise, 1,000 punches, maybe 1,000 punches which are not practiced, and they just be there and I'll bounce along, and but one single punch practiced for 1,000 times, perfected 1,000 times, practiced and done and redone and redone 1,000 times, becomes informidable. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what pushes us into the new approach, that into today's approach, that hey, we said it's easy to be done. Now we are telling you it is hard. Be prepared. Take time to reflect. Just like yesterday's discussions, we were saying, spend period thinking not of what we are saying as the answers. We are pushing this material of transformation. We are pushing them from the books and just giving overviews. Mostly we are giving questions, not answers. Mostly we are giving questions. How do you react to this situation? If this happens, what happens? What is desirable? If this is the position that you are looking forward to, then and you are here at the bottom, which are the steps that you need to climb up? We will give you roughly the direction towards which you are supposed to walk, but we may not obviously give you the exact steps, the number of measures that you're supposed to take in order to get there. So the act of reflection, of knowing that, ladies and gentlemen, it is hard. It is not easy. It is hard. Practice, practice, practice. Do a lot of reading, because everything remembers on what you know. The value of what you know on this journey cannot be overestimated, cannot be over-exaggerated, because constantly at every corner you will find yourself practicing something that you knew, that you learned as a coincidence, as a collateral damage, as part of the progression program. So much as we are going on the highlights, much as we are going on where we are starting from, your task is to appreciate for one as a change that is going to be hard, that is going to require your maximum concentration when you are listening to the tapes, when you are listening to the audios, when you are listening to the videos. Focus your mind inside them. We are soon starting to produce and transmit tapes, audio tapes, and I believe those who gave us addresses are happy. Like I said, additional conversations are starting to move now from Passion Influencer YouTube channel to also Passion Influencer blogspot.com. passioninfluencer.blogspot.com. That is now becoming an environment for our discussions, or our continuous discussions, and availability of books. That is when you subscribe to our productions, also visit our blogspot and like whatever information we are putting there. Because if you like whatever we are putting there, automatically you unsubscribe to that. Automatically you become eligible to get free books. And with those free books, which are free ebooks, you start your journey of transforming yourself. You start your journey of setting targets. How many books can you read? It boils down to your commitment, because there are several books there. There are thousands and thousands of books which are kept on that site. Can't know the exact number, but I'll show you that there are thousands and thousands and thousands. So what we necessarily do is to subscribe first of all to our channel, like us, and when you subscribe to us and like us, you are eligible to visit our blogspot, and you are eligible to send application that you want to see, that you want to have access link to the books, and we shall give you, we normally give free books together with the newsletter. Welcome, ladies.